farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack of all trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebudguys. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us one more time. I'm Chris, that's Lyal. It's just right after the Super Bowl, and we're not happy because Chiefs didn't play. Yes. And then more than that, the Bengals, who beat us in the playoffs, didn't even have the common courtesy to go ahead and win the stupid Super Bowl. So
Which we played
that
so
makes
well.
us like third place.
Yeah.
Freaking losers.
Yeah.
Hate it. Man.
Halftime
sucks.
show was good, though.
So what are we going to do to celebrate that win? 7 days of shit.
Shit show week.
Yeah, so you guys are about to get treated to 7 days of probably not very good whiskey or entertaining YouTube stuff.
We think it's we're gonna shoot for some bargains, some low price bottles of whiskey and beer, and I guess I'm just gonna go for that. Sure, why not?
All right, so the whole thought is we had all these partial bottles and low bottles that we just nip at here and there, but we never make a show because they're not amazing.
Well, these are not allocated bottles. It's not something you're gonna like search out and like lose your mind trying to find.
But we thought we'd do them, and if we're going to do them, we're going to do them all at once. So every day we're going to take breaking some low. What's our criteria? Under $20?
Yeah,
Under
sure.
$15?
I
Can we do that? Can we go under $15?
think we go under 15 on all of these, from what I'm remembering roughly.
Okay, I think they're all going to be under 15. I'm trying to think of one as well, but I think that's going to be roughly at 15 or less, probably. I don't know.
Once
We
you
might
get to
get
20,
there.
you can find some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah. So anyhow, we're going to find some. Not all it's whiskey. I think we got a gin in there. I think we got a beer in there. It's definitely under $15 for 24, I think. So
we're working with Old Crow. Now, this was in our budget bourbon blind. It did not great from what I remember. I think it was sort of middle of the pack. I think it was low on your list.
I was very low on my list. And you know what? I was listening to another podcast the other day about Old. This is one of the older whiskey names.
Yeah.
In whiskey making, and then they got bought out and they got lowballed, low shelved, and now it's not much. But you know, there's a lot of provenance behind their name. I hate that a name that old ends up getting relegated to be a bottom shelf whiskey, but it's an interesting story. I wish I could think right off the name what the name of that podcast is. I'd like to give that guy a shout out, but I tell you what, watch the next episode, and I'll put that on there. I'll tell you what it is because I'll go get my phone and look.
What do you get on the nose on that? Much?
There is. Here's the thing. This is my first whiskey of the night. So I think it's yours too, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I could pick up a little more than what I would if I'd been drinking a few others because this whiskey is not strong. It's not got a lot of nose, and what it nose is there is lacquered up a bit.
Yeah.
But because it's the first one of the night for me, I can tell you, I get the brown sugars or molasses notes in it. I get some of the very light vanilla notes in it, some leather, but mostly I get that kind of green corn note, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a corn sweetness and that sort of like untanned leather, like new, fresh leather.
Yeah, it does. It's very new smelling, which is weird. Even though it says it's aged for 3 years in charged white oak barrels. Charred, not charged.
Now, this isn't as harsh as I remember it, but it has been sitting at about half full for quite a while, which I'm sure has aired it out and mellowed it quite a bit.
I promise you this is the same bottle that we did the bourbon shootout with.
Yeah, so it's...
So a year at least.
But I think it made it better.
I was going to say, I think you might be right.
Either that or I'm just really hankering for whiskey right now and it's hitting the spot, but like...
It's so sour, though.
Yeah.
It's got such a sour note to it. Would I drink it? Yes. Would I like it if I had to? I don't know.
I don't know how you drink this, because like if you're going to sip on it, you're probably going to pull something else down to sip.
Over the rocks. I would put a bunch of ice.
Do you think they would hold up at all?
I would take
I think on the rocks might actually...
I'd put this much ice in this thing, and this much whiskey in it. And drink it for the rest of the night. Eventually, you get watered down enough, or you keep adding whiskey while it empties out, and eventually you'll be down to straight whiskey, and by that time you'll think it's pretty good.
But you could make some really potent old fashions with this. It wouldn't need much, but I think a little bit of sweetness might take that sour note.
Yeah, that's just really it. It's not that bad overall. It's just that finish and that nose, and you're just kind of like, there's other things that's better. Unless you're stuck where you have to buy a $10 whiskey. I mean, if that's your budget, this isn't that bad.
Or if for whatever reason, like this is your go-to cheap whiskey, like there's something like I like Keystone Ice for beer, and everyone else hates it.
I don't hate it.
You like
it.
But you know what I mean? Like Colby likes
Yeah.
Miller Lite, and by God, he likes Miller Lite. We all have our sort of favorite cheap thing,
Yeah.
and this might hit somebody's, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be my first pick for me.
You know what we could have done?
What's that?
That bottle of 1783. Now that you found it for $9.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's normal, but you know. Anyways, like I say, it's just our opinions, guys. If you, I don't know, if you like this, I would guess I could talk it through with you. We could have talk about it over a drink. But I can't imagine anybody going, "Hey, this is amazing. I love this. It's my absolute all-time favorite."
There's not a lot to like go on. It's pretty light flavored.
It's not solid enough to be a really amazing bourbon.
Ours
Well, it's a mash. It's not, but just a sour mash. So I guess we should say it's a sour mash. So,
well, we don't want sour mashes generally, do we?
well, I mean, I guess we'll. Anyways, anyways, it's not a full-on bourbon. It's just a,
Is it? No, yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just that's right.
Kentucky trait?
It's right on the label. It's the second biggest word on there, except for Old Crow.
Fuck, now I got to take back everything I say, and I don't mean about the part being in bourbon. I mean, if this is actually, I honest to God, I thought this was a blended whiskey.
Oh no, this is a Kentucky.
Okay,
strain.
in that case, I take back everything I said. Guys, this fucking sucks. If this is supposed to be a full-on bourbon, this is terrible shit. Wow. Man, I did not realize this was. I don't swear I thought this was a blended whiskey. This is freaking terrible.
You know what people are going to say in the comment section, right?
I'm an idiot.
No, we should do some research before we go on.
Should read the bottle?
Just read the bottle. Just read the label. Just read the label.
I'll let you know a little secret. I already read the bottle and I still didn't freaking catch that.
Yeah, I think it could be better, but I don't know. I like it much more now that it's aired out. So you know what?
Just say the original sour mash on the back.
This might be something you put in a decanter and let air out.
Now,
time.
I would put this in an infinity bottle.
We did, actually.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, not mine.
No, this one.
Oh, the one here. Okay. I'm sure there's some uses for it. It's just really hard to. It's really hard to get into crappy whiskey.
Well, you say that, but we've talked about this for quite a bit now. So, until next time.
Whether it be the crappy whiskey that you're not going to talk about any longer, even though you thought it was blended whiskey.
The food you're eating.
Close your word.
Or the people you're meeting, grab a buddy and try something new.